Hey everyone, so this is probably going to be my favorite video I've done so far, and I've talked about this in other videos, but I really wanted to make this isolated video so it really sinks in that manifesting is not a trying process and there's nothing that you have to do in order to manifest. You don't have to apply any techniques. You don't have to script. You don't have to visualize. I think when people hear the word manifest, it can imply that it's this ethereal thing and we have to do all these fancy and special things in order to manifest. But the word manifest literally just means to appear. So you imagine the scene in your mind, you have the end result, and then it manifests in the physical form. So it starts with your thoughts and then it's projected outwards. It manifests. And I think everybody to some degree falls victim to this trap when we're learning about conscious manifesting, because it's so opposite of how our mind is programmed to be thinking. So our mind doesn't want to accept that this process is as easy as it actually is. As humans, we have all these preconditioned beliefs that we always have to work for something. There's always something that we need to do to achieve a result. So my goal with these videos is to kind of try to cut through all that, because I was very confused with this process at the beginning about what affirmations I should be using, if I need to visualize, because that's what you hear online. There's so much information out there that your mind is trying to logically make sense of this practice that seems so conceptual. So my goal is to kind of try to cut through all that and remind you that manifesting is as simple as your thoughts create your reality. Manifesting isn't something that we just discovered how to do one day. You discovered what it meant to consciously manifest, but you've been manifesting from the day that you were born. That's how you're able to perceive everything in your reality. Everything in your reality is a projection of your thoughts, and it's always been that way. The only difference between how we naturally manifested in the past when we didn't understand conscious manifesting versus now is, in the past, you were allowing your thoughts to run the show because you didn't know that you had control of them. So manifesting, it seemed kind of just random. Some bad things would happen and then some good things would happen. So with conscious manifesting, once you understand that your thoughts create your reality, you're just reframing the thoughts so that they align with the end result that you're trying to achieve, and you start creating the reality you actually want to experience. But you've always been manifesting. So think about how we naturally manifested in the past. You daydreamed about it pretty much. You just were thinking about what it would feel like to have something, and because you didn't know that you were trying to manifest it, because you were just visualizing it because it felt fun, and then you moved on with your day, that's how it was able to manifest. Now, the difference is, if you had these negative beliefs, you might have daydreamed about something happening, but then the next thoughts in your mind were, yeah, but that's never gonna happen. So it didn't show up in your reality, but you were still always manifesting. You were just creating the experience of what you didn't want to happen. So you were manifesting it not showing up, but it was still a manifestation. So with conscious manifesting, we're just observing our thoughts so that we remain in control of them and we create the reality that we want to experience. So when you naturally manifested anything in the past before you understood conscious manifesting, you weren't affirming in present tense as if you already had it. You weren't trying to visualize, but life still happened. So The only rules that we impose, the only rules that exist of manifesting are the ones that we impose on it. So if you say that the only way that I can manifest something is if I script it, or if I visualize, or if I affirm in present tense, you're creating that belief inside of you that that's the only way to manifest something. So you're applying a condition to your manifesting. So when we aren't doing those things, it can manifest as this state of anxiety inside of us because we're thinking, well, I haven't been scripting, I haven't really been doing my visualizing, so now it's not going to manifest. And all that's doing is bringing your awareness back to the fact that it's not here yet and you're trying to manifest it. The only reason people will teach about certain techniques, it's not that that's the only way that you can manifest something. It's just that the intention of the technique is to help you put your focus into the end result that you're trying to achieve. So with scripting, the intention behind that is that when you're scripting something, your focus is on the words that you're writing. So you're training your focus to be on what you want. But if you're scripting and the whole time in your mind you're thinking, this is bullshit, this is never gonna work, well then it's probably not gonna work. And with visualizing, the intention behind that is to get you into the feeling of what it would feel like to have that thing. So you're forcing an image into your mind. But the thing with that is we are natural visualizers as humans. If I say something, your subconscious mind automatically pulls up a visual. You don't have to force it into your mind. So a lot of people can have trouble with visualizing because they're making it this big thing that they have to feel the end scene with all the tones of reality. And that's the only way that something will be able to manifest. But like I said, we are natural manifestors. You've always been manifesting. So when you were daydreaming in the past about something, you weren't trying to force an image into your mind so that it felt real and it would manifest. You were just thinking about something because it felt good to you. So learning about conscious manifesting can end up being this double-edged sword because now we're doing things with the intention that it's going to bring us a result. So we have this expectation where in the past, you were still manifesting things. That's how your life unfolded, but you weren't doing any technique with the intention of trying to achieve a certain result. So you would daydream about something and you would it would feel good to you, so you would move on with your day and then it would manifest. Or if you had these negative beliefs, you would daydream and then you would say, yeah, but that's never gonna happen. That's just a fantasy. And then it didn't manifest. So to get rid of this expectation, if it's causing you resistance, if you're able to picture the end scene and affirm in present tense as if you already have something, if that's feeling good to you, then by all means, keep doing it. The only job with manifesting is you want to feel good. But if that expectation is causing you resistance, you almost want to backtrack to how you naturally manifested in the past. So you daydreamed about it. You weren't thinking that it would happen. You were just fantasizing about it because it felt fun. So there wasn't this expectation that it needed to show up. You were just having fun with it. So to release this expectation that surrounds manifesting when we're doing it consciously, we could take it back to the basics of how we naturally manifested something in the past before we understood that we were consciously manifesting. So we would say, oh, what if it does happen? Wouldn't that feel so good if it actually happened? Oh my God, I'm just thinking about it now. That would be so cool. But there's no expectation that that's going to deliver a result. So yes, you can affirm that something is going to happen, because I talked about this in another video. The subconscious mind only thinks in present. So if you say that something's going to happen, you're not delaying your manifestation, because past and future are just illusions. They're ego perceptions. So if I affirm I'm going to be a millionaire, I always use that example, but if I affirm I'm going to be a millionaire, the subconscious mind automatically pulls up the image and the feeling of what it would feel like to be a millionaire. And it recognizes that that's something that you're experiencing right now. And that can also explain why we have anxiety. So when we're feeling anxious and fearful about something that we think is going to happen in the future, that thing hasn't even happened yet, because the future technically doesn't exist. But because that's where our awareness is, it's manifesting as this state of anxiety inside of us, because your subconscious mind thinks that that's something that you're going through right now. So you just want to bring your awareness back to the end result of what feels good to you. So whenever you're feeling fearful or you're doubting that your manifestation is going to show up, when you're asking yourself, but it's not here yet, why isn't it here yet? It's not that you've been doing anything wrong. So people will say, I've tried every single method of manifesting. I've been scripting, I've been visualizing, I've been doing the 5x55 method, but it's still not here yet. And the only reason for that is because we keep bringing our awareness back to the fact that it's not here yet. So every time you're reminded that it hasn't shown up yet, all you have to do is say, nope, it's already done. There is no more work that I have to do. I know that it's going to happen, so I'm just going to keep persisting in that, and I'm going to go on about my day and live my life doing whatever I want, doing whatever feels good to me, because I know it's already done and there's nothing else for me to do. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. As always, if you have any specific questions about whatever you're trying to manifest, then leave me a comment and I will try to do a video on that. But until then, I'll see you guys in my next one.